Speaking French, Jesus. I was about to say bonjour. I mean, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Darcy Ogodaga, CEO of Trinidad Media. I'm here with the one and only Ambassador Jamie Tilly Lowery. And we're going to talk about something extremely important today. We're going to talk about purpose to profit. I believe that, especially in the time that we live in now, people want to profit. Everybody want to profit, but they want to leave the purpose out of it. And most of the people who are watching here, we're going to talk about the purpose in God, the purpose in Jesus. Okay? So I really want to make sure that you understand what we are doing. And Ambassador Jimmy, she will tell us really what purpose mean to her, what purpose is so important. And then I will transition and, and come and talk about the profit. Okay? So, Ambassador Jimmy, the word is yours.
Well, well, thank you so much, Coach Dorsey. It's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for inviting me to this platform with you to share which really is my passion and what I've always, I think, is an intentional thing that God has given me to be able to, talk about it because it's so relevant and it's never going away. So, purpose, I do truly believe that is God given. A lot of people may say, I can find it through schooling, I can find it through my educational system, I can find it, those are all different, like different arenas. It's places you can actually cultivate it, which is maybe through college or different areas. It just depends on the person, but it definitely is God given. What I mean by that is it has to be downloaded to you by God, by the Holy Spirit, to give you what it is that He's actually intentionally meant for you to be, and how you go about really discovering that is definitely first and foremost intimacy with them. When I mean, having a relationship with them is so vital to it. And it's a lot of people want to always go outside of the relationship. They don't want to have to establish a relationship with God. They just want to see if they can find it on their own, or hoping someday it'll just drop from the sky and they'll just say, "Oh yeah, this is what I want to do." And by that time, they done spent most of their lives or half of their life trying to rediscover who they are, trying to rediscover, is this really what I'm supposed to do? And have getting, in their older age, whatever their age may be, and still trying to figure out, what am I here to do? So, it's very important to know it right off, to really seek God on it right off, because it is vital to your identities. It's really vital to why you are even here on planet Earth. God has definitely commissioned every last individual on the planet. I can, to be established in their God given purpose, whatever that may be, whatever that may look like, whatever that may sound like. But it's very important that we get our confirmation and our affirmation from Him, because think about it, He's the one who created us. So wouldn't you want to know, okay, if there was particularly the person who orchestrated you, designed you, created you, established you, put those gifts and talents in you, when you really want to go to the manufacturer to see exactly what it is these particular things are for. Some things are just, obvious. You have maybe a musical gift. You may have a writer's gift. You can write. You may have, you could talk a lot. You speak well,
Yeah.
fluent, whatever it may be. Those things may be obvious skills and talents that you have, but it's in line with the purpose, even after that. We may find different talents we have, different skills that we have, but it's all in conjunction and collaboration to your purpose, for what He's purpose for you to do. So, and a lot of times we want to use our gifts for what we want to do. And, we end up, somewhat gratified, but sometimes we still end up empty, because your purpose is in connection to God. It's just an extension. You're an extension of Him. So it's important that you go. Because He said what He's divine. We are the branches. He's the vine. So everything came from him.
Yes.
Everything was originally made from him, created. The universe was created by him. Everything that you see, that you can touch, anything with your five senses was created by the living God. So we, even ourselves as humanity, we were created by God. So in order for you to realize who you are, you got to go to the ultimate creator to understand, yes, this is who I am. So what did you create me to do? I need to know, because it's an extension of you, and it's going to fulfill my God-given purpose while I'm here. So like I said, if we don't really go to the actual ultimate source to find out what our purpose are, we'll find it in other ways and other forms, other things that we could eventually cause damage in our lives, because that's not exactly where it's just like false gods. You're trying to find your particular uh creativity through something that doesn't even know you, that hadn't even created you. So they're giving you false information about who you are. So you dealing with identity crisis, because I'm going to false things trying to figure out who I am in it, because they didn't create you, they giving you false information. So therefore, when I get false information, I'm now subject to anything.
Yes.
I'm subject to be connected to anything that's not of God. And what happens in that situation is, when you're not subject to the actual true living God, and you now living your life on people, you thinking that they can tell me, they can let me know, I'm gonna let this thing can let me know, this particular incense can let me know, whatever it may be that you considering an idol. They give you false information, so now they're directing you in different ways in your life that was not even orchestrated or even purpose or designed for you to be there. So you're
Yes.
in now different areas in your life, different places in your life that hadn't been intentionally for you to be.
Yes.
So anything can, at any given moment, can happen. Because what God is saying, I didn't even destine for you to even be there. So now you're in confusion, now you're in frustration, and now you still empty, because you're still not going to the ultimate source, which is the true and living God.
Wow. Powerful. Powerful. What and I like what you were saying, because like the way she said that about the living God, and it's so great that you guys understand that. It's so powerful. So powerful. I mean, when she talk about that purpose thing, that's why it's so great, because like sometimes we think that we're looking for the money first. We're looking for money. When God create everything for us to be able to position ourselves to go to the next level, but we don't want to do that. We want to look for the money. We're looking for the carnal thing when everything started spiritual first. So if you Christian, a Christian will prosper according to God principle, not according to the world principle. The world principle looking for the best profit that I can get. What is working now? Do I need to make money with gold? Do I need to make money with oil? But you don't want to stop first and ask God, what should I do to help you people? And then God will download something for you so you can build a structure where not only you blessing people, but you're making money while you have an impact in the marketplace. We don't talk about just making money profiting from teaching the gospel. That's not what we talk about here. We talk about like individual with God predestined gift on the inside of you that you can help humanity. And by helping humanity, now people are going to see that you have something so powerful about you. They're going to come ask you about what is your secret, and you let them know it's Jesus, because like Jesus cannot come back on this earth until we are in a marketplace. That's good to go to church. Jimmy going to church on Sunday, I'm going to church on Sunday, but it's just one part of our life. We need to have an impact from Monday to Saturday in a marketplace. There's 7 mountains of influence. There's health, there's business, there's family, entertainment, education. There's like 7 different mountains who constitute the society, politics. So you have to make sure that according to your God-given gift that you go in politics as as a Christian senator to change laws, as a congressman, as a somebody working, in a justice department. You're over there to reinforce laws. Maybe you're working for a police department of your city. Okay, maybe you are in entertainment. Maybe it's about sport. Maybe it's in education. Maybe it's in a health, department. So wherever you are, you have to go represent Christ there Monday to Saturday. We don't talk about building 25 churches in 1 week. This is just one aspect. It's a kingdom aspect. Okay? Is that what, in the world they call it religion, where people now they go there and they do what they're supposed to do in that aspect. Maybe you're being called to be a pastor. Okay? So you do what pastors, what pastors are supposed to do. But maybe you're being called to be just a super powerful engineer. We're going to revolutionize, create something that's going to be selling for billions of dollars. Maybe you're the next one's going to buy Facebook. Elon Musk bought Twitter, even if the deal is not clear, but maybe it's you that you're supposed to buy Facebook. Okay? You have to believe in God for things like that to be able to have that influence in the media, to change the culture, to change things. The change is happening in the marketplace. So what you need to do, you need to have instruction first. And those instructions, you bring that now into your prayer closet. But you don't go to your prayer closet without your instruction. You don't go to a prayer closet without knowing who you are. You're not going to a prayer closet until you know what you're supposed to do in life. Everything you're looking for, a good mate in your life, good kids, good health, money, make sure that, you live your best life. All that are tied up in your destiny. All that are tied up in your purpose. The problem is that most people, you are not doing what you're supposed to do. You're only doing something to pay the bills. So guess what? The only thing you're going to be able to do is pay the bills. So if you want to do more, now God is going to provide for you to do more. But you need to have to be the right candidate. It's about discovering. We're not creating nothing here. A discovery is something that's already on the inside of you. Let me repeat that. A discovery is something that is already on the inside of you. We don't ask you to look for something that you don't know where it is. We ask you to look on the inside of you. You understand what I'm saying? We don't ask you to go to China and to look for something that we don't know that exists. No. We know that God gave you a gift before you were born. So now your job is that to put yourself in a position to discover that gift. When you discover that gift, now you have to cultivate that gift. Now you have to develop that gift. And every promises that God has in his book are connected to what you are supposed to do. That's the simplest way to preach a gospel to you. It's not about being deep or nothing like that. There is some predisposition that you have, something that you do naturally. God bless you with a certain ability intellectually to do certain things. So for you, it's not like work. For you, it comes to you naturally. You create it with it. So that's your gift. The problem is that a lot of Christians get frustrated with people in the world. They say, I don't understand how those people, they got all those billions of dollars. What about us? Because you're a Christian without a purpose. Let me repeat that. You're frustrated because you out of purpose. You don't have a purpose. You know what peace is? Peace is doing what God calling you to do on a daily basis. So now you remove the stress because now you depend on God because you know where you're supposed to be. Is Apostle Paul said something so powerful, Ambassador Jamie, in the world, he said like, don't give me too much because I don't want to forget you, but also don't let me have nothing, so I might be tempted to go steal something. So what he was saying is that you want to make sure that you have what it takes to do your mission. Doesn't mean like it's against having too much, but it's like what you have need to have a purpose. Money in your account without purpose will disappear. Let me repeat that. Your money need to be employed. Your money, your money got so many jobs. A man not supposed to have many 3, 4, 5 jobs. This is not the will of God. But your money is supposed to have 7, 8, 9, 10 jobs. Your money is supposed to work for you. But how you can assign your money with a proper vision if you don't know who you are? How you can assign your money if you don't know where you go? How you can assign your money if you don't know what is your responsibility as a Christian on this earth according to what you're supposed to do in your department about the gift that God gave you. And at this moment, your money now can go to certain places according to your purpose. And now when the profit comes, the profit, in business, a profit is like when we take away all the expenses and that's what left. So when you finish doing what God called you to do, when you finish paying your bills, when you finish to do every responsibility that you have, so you pay everything for your bills, you pay everything for God, the money that you have, now you do whatever you want with that money. Now you do whatever you want with that money. At that moment now, that money now, you can now start now a business that everybody said is working. Now you're not out of order. Now you can have different businesses because like every time you're doing what God asked you to do, is always going to pay you more than you think. But you have to be willing and you have to be
I definitely
aligned.
agree. I want
Go
to
ahead.
say this. Let's going back to when God, before you were even born, He put that in you. You said it was discovering that thing that you are just so passionate about doing, and it's just automatic. It's innate. It's just something that you love doing. That's the cue. That's the sign of something that you just will just do regardless. It no matter how many hours you put in it, it's just gratifying to you. And then it's all about when you discover that, it's all about changing the narrative, meaning you're changing, like you said, I'm not going into like just a building, but I'm also out here in the marketplace. And that could be look any kind of different ways. It could be in the government, it could be in the political system, it could be in the doctor's room, it could be a nurse, it could be just different specialties that you have been gifted to do. But at what you want to realize is that with that work that you're doing, that particular creative ability, that gift that God has put in you, that is ministry. We always had ministry in a box.
Love
Ministry
it.
don't just all it's just not all in the church. Ministry is out here among people. He told when
Yes.
he told you to go.
Yes, Frank.
He didn't say come, he said go. So that means it was something when he said, "Where are we going? We're going outside." Most of Jesus's ministry was in the marketplace.
Come on now.
It wasn't inside of the four walls. It was outside. He needed to be amongst the people. He told his mama, "What is it that you want? I got to be about my father's business because I got an assignment on my life that I got to complete." And I don't have no time to waste. So I got to be amongst the people. They got to see and know who I am and what I'm here to do. His assignment was redemption, to redeem man back to God.
Yes.
He knew what he was supposed to do, and he didn't mind going into the political systems and going to different places to show the power and what God could do. A lot of his ministry was in amongst people. Like I said, they would come to him and gather among him because I can actually relate. I can relate to him because he's just on a boat talking. He just came to our meeting right here. He's sitting down here talking to the doctors and the lawyers and stuff, and we chill. And he just sitting among us. So we as Christians, you can't be scared to go out into different places in the world because you never know who you may encounter and who may see a light in you to say, you know what is it that you do? Who is it that why do you do so well at engineering, whatever it may be? Why you do so well at marketing your business? Why do you do so well at entrepreneurship? Why does your stuff stand out more than others? It's because you're in your God-given purpose and the light that's within you is shining.
That's it.
And that's what draws people. That's what's going to draw them to you. The people that God has ordained for to be sent to you, to be drawn to you, will be drawn unto you by what? You working the gift that he put in you.
Yeah.
The light will shine and you won't have to preach to them. They'll see it and they will inquire about it. And at that appointed time, their destiny met your destiny. And now you tell them about your living God and what he's done for you. And now you done changed the trajectory of their life because they done encountered you and they have encountered Jesus that's within you. And that's what his whole mission was, redemption. And then now our particular job, our particular mission, our particular assignment is to bring the kingdom here, to show people that we are the sons and the daughters of God, and that God loves them. It's nothing has changed among his people. He still want to redeem you. He still wants you back to him. He wants you to know what your purpose is. He wants you to fulfill what he's created from the foundations of the earth before you were even thought of. He wants it to be fulfilled. So yeah, a lot of people now are rising. A lot of people that you may not have seen are now rising up to their call, to their purpose, because it's time. He said, I can't come back until the promises and the covenant that he has given us have been manifested. Guess what? You are part of that manifestation.
That's it.
So therefore, the purpose that he's giving you has to be fulfilled.
Wow. So now, I mean, the timing is perfect. We both talk about 10 minutes. So now we're gonna, start opening up for the questions. I mean, we can talk for 3 hours, but we don't have 3 hours. So what we're gonna do, we will just wait for your questions. I know we have people from LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook, and even on Telegram. For the one who speak English, I know it was not, GNO. We might do this live at night for the English people, but for now, let's do what we have to do. But we have a few English-speaking people now, so go ahead and ask your question for me or for Ambassador Jamie, and we love to answer your questions. So we got Veronique, we got Frank, we got Yaka Power, we got Bricia, we got Lillian, we got Deja, we got Suzanne. So, but it's so important. Why you guys prepare your question. It's so important to do what you're supposed to do and understand your position. It will give so much liberation in your plan. Okay, so do not be stuck. I believe that, and you can add anything you want if you want, Ambassador Jimmy. But I believe that the frustration most of the time coming because you don't know what to do. Bonsoir. Bonsoir. Hey, Peggy. People don't know what to do, and you can really, when you learn to lean on God about your purpose, life is going to be good. Okay, great question. I will put that on the screen. I will let Jimmy answer that first and I will come second. I believe it's more for you. Question's about to come on the screen in 1, 2, 3. Okay. Can you see it?
Yes. How do you maintain balance as a wife and your ministry and still succeed? Oh, that is a good question. And here's the thing: there balance is no such thing as balance. First of all, there's no balance because it's just when you are in alignment with God and the call and the purpose on your life. Um, there is a certain thing, especially when you are a wife or you have a husband. There's a certain connection y'all have with each other. God covers you. He covers you and your husband, or who your spouse may be, and he supernaturally. Let me get this, okay? I ain't trying to go off. He supernaturally aligns you together. If that God is that's a God ordained marriage, and that thing is that's a God ordained marriage. He supernaturally will, and you can't. This is the thing. What we want to do sometime, women, we want to make sure we straighten them and tell them this is what are you men straight. It don't take all that. If he got the spirit of God in him, he hears from God. You got to trust God to trust to make sure that God speaks to him about concerning you, concerning the family, concerning everything. And that that thing right there is, and as far as being successful, God will supernaturally put his anointing on your marriage so that it can flow. I mean, anything that he's intentionally assigned, or like I said, he got destinies for both of it. It's the same. He's aligned both of them together. So therefore, he'll do it in his own way. One thing I had to learn about my husband is he's his own person. I can't tell him what he should think or what he will refute every time. I know, but I know he's a man of God, and I know that he hears from God. So what I have to learn is just to trust God to make sure that everything that's going on with me concerning any type of mission or assignment that he puts on my life, that he's relating that to him. So when anything happens, it's all going to work together for the benefit of us. So there is an area of trust that you have to have with God to make sure that okay, this thing will orchestrate itself out, it'll work itself out. And sometimes it's a faith walk. Sometimes y'all may not even know what's going on or what God is doing, but y'all doing it by faith, and you just got to trust God through the process that he got you the whole way. Sometimes things may happen, circumstances may happen, life may happen, but there's a certain grace that God gives you to know, okay, look, even though these things may be happening with us, or something may be happening that's contrary to what God has spoken for us to do and have, you got to stand regardless of what's going on in your life, what's going on in the circumstances. You have to know that whatever he spoke over you, whatever he said over you, whatever he's promised you in his word, whatever covenant he has formed with you, that he is surely to bring it to pass in your life, because everything that he said, it will not return back to him void. It's going to do everything he said it would do. So there's a trust factor. I said you have to trust him with your marriage. You have to trust him with your spouse. It's not you trying to tell him what to do or tell her what to do. It's what God knows, because guess what? He created them. He knows how to deal with them, how to get to them, to make them understand. Okay, this is what's going on, and this is how it's going to flow. So hopefully that answered a little bit.
Wow, powerful, powerful answer. So the next question, I will take this one, and then we take dog question, and then we'll be out. Hello, what if you are gifted in several areas? How do you know where mainly focus and not miss the mark? It's always your most developed gift. That's what I always said. Like, for example, I am gifted in music. So, but I'm also gifted in marketing. But I believe my gift in marketing is more developed than my gift in music, even as a DJ. Number one, because it's been like a long time I haven't practiced. But number two, marketing comes to me naturally. Music, I have to think about it, what song I'm going to do with what song. Even sometimes it comes to me too. but it's still part of my gift. Sometimes we try to cancel ourselves, like we surprise that we have more than one gift. You can cook, you can do different things, but this what you enjoy doing, you should not think about it, especially when you've been on this earth for a second time. The problem comes where, how can I do that part of my gift and honor God at the same time? Is what you do with the money. Because like when you're Christian, you try to feel like, okay, I cannot play sport no more because I don't honor God. No, God wants you to enjoy sport. Or I love to cook, but I can honor God by cooking. The money coming from that food business, make sure that when there is a mission or something like that, that you give what you're supposed to give. So let's not keep that ministry like the traditional way. This is why we call it the marketplace. Because when we call it the marketplace, is to go outside the church. In a church, it's traditional. It's about preaching the gospel. But your gift might not be only preaching the gospel. So whatever it is, use it to bless another human being, and with the benefits from it, from a structure, from a business, now you can do whatever you want to do. Okay? I hope that answered your question. And then I don't know if you want to add something to that, or Jimmy, or you want to go
Well,
to Doc.
I can say this, that was what you said was totally right when it comes to the stronger, the one that is more, it's like I would say that's going to give me the financial flow to help, in aid and whatever that I need to take care of financially, is the one I would say, okay, this is the one that's the stronger one. But all those gifts that you're saying that you got so many, which is very, very
Comment.
yeah, I've heard of that before. I mean, that people got so many things, in their skills and talents they have. I believe every skill is going to be used at a particular season in your life. It may be just different seasons. You have to know the season you're in, the time that you're in. So I would say, ask God and say, God, what season do you have me in? And if that particular gift is there to help with that particular, what happens? One gift will open the door for the next one. That gift will open the door for the next one. That other gift that open, so it's like revolving doors. So when you operate this one proficiently, that one will actually ignite the other one, and then you'll see just frequently, and that's powerful that you got multiple, because it's multiple streams. That's showing you that God has blessed you to be able to get multiple streams out of those particular gifts. So, but you go with the one right now that you can really execute sweatlessly, and then as seasons go in your life, you'll see where the need for this one that needs to be executed, and then you tap into that one, and that one will be a stream. And then the next season, you tap into that one. You say, "Well, God, to tell me, is this the time to do this? Because I like to sing." Oh, yeah, because but now I want you to worship me. So it could be some things that He may just have for Him and you. If I love to sing, but I don't want to be no famous singer. However, I just love to worship God. That gift may just be for me and Him, or that may be just to benefit, to help me get into His presence, so we can commune with each other. So it's just different seasons, different stages that you can use those particular talents and gifts in. And you just have to know your seasons and your talent, your stages, and you ask
Wow.
Him for it to give you clear direction with that.
Wow, powerful. So I will answer your question and then we're going to be out. Doc, how do you deal with financial frustration at beginning of a business creation? This is so powerful. Now, the number one thing that you have to do is to evaluate your bills. Sometimes you have to make adjustments. So you look at your bill, there's like two most powerful bill wherever you are in the world. Is where you live and where you live and your transportation. So maybe according to where you live, maybe you might catch a bus for a year. Or maybe you will get with a roommate for a year. Because you need to have to know exactly how much money you need to make. No, how much money you need, the profit after expenses. So after expenses, so all your bills, how much money you need to have in your possession to to operate your business and make a profit. When you have that number, you start eliminate before you start making that money. Start eliminate in the natural. Danita and I, for a long time, we felt a lot of stuff because we are focusing on building our business. So you cannot just live like everybody else and expect that to make that money. You have to make some sacrifice for a year or two according to where you're going to pivot and adjust yourself. And then eventually, now you're going to start seeing the extra money. Everybody got extra money in their hands right now, regardless of what you do. You have extra money. You have just to readjust some habits and make sure you will find $100 here a month, 150 here, 50 here. You might have extra $300 that you can make a month by adjusting certain behavior. So at the beginning of business, most people, 90% of business, struggle. Okay? And then eventually you have to know also that for every business, just a law, the first 2 years you're not really making any money. So because the first 2 years you're not making any money, this is the first 2 years that you sacrifice to live way below your mean. And then when you start making some profit by year 3, then you go back to really what you want to do. But again, that's just, it's case by case. Some people, the business blew up in 3 months, in 6 months. But let's stay like traditional here. 2 years, no profit. You go in with 2 years, no profit, and then it helps you adjust yourself to make sure that you're going to have more than enough to transition into a business. And, another rule of thumb, if you have a job, make sure that you start making the same amount with your business before you quit. Because sometimes you think that, oh, if I quit my job, I will do more. More time does not translate to more money if you don't have a system. Let me repeat that. More time do not translate to more money if you do not have a system in place. A system according to a business model and everything that you have to do to make sure that you sell and your business is profitable, that's what makes your business grow, not the amount of time that you have. You should be able to make more money with 3-4 hours a day, and not because you're going to have 8 hours in one day that you're going to double the money. That's not how it works, okay? So, you have
I
something to
can
say to
I
conclude,
can
Jamie?
I can say my personal experience with that particular thing is is stewardship. So working with what you already have in your hands. What how are you managing what you already got? If it's to the point where you only got an extra $10 from everything that you done organized, so you got that mean you done organize your bills, you done organize everything that's going out, like you said, put the expenses and the deductions and everything. So I mean what you got coming in within your expenses. So if you got like $10 or so an extra that you say I got extra $10 after everything that I done put out, then I always say put it in a growing investment, something that's going to actually give you, a certain percentage of your investment. You got places, you got investment accounts where you can grow daily, different at different percentages. So my advice would be, God is also a teacher of profit. So therefore, as He see you being faithful with with the little that you got, the things that you're saying that's making you frustrated because I don't have enough to continue to going, He'll supernaturally bless those investments. So now you can start pouring back into your business. And then there are different practical strategies as well that can help, with benefiting to you for your business to grow. So though you have to really manage what you got so far, manage with what you have. You have anything extra, like I said, I would put it in a interest bearing account where you're getting a certain amount of interest daily, so you can see. And sometimes it just takes that. If it'll break that frustration when you can see if you still got money coming through, even though it may not be coming from your business, but it's coming from that investment account, and it's showing you growth. At least I am growing that, and it'll motivate you to continue to do more.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, guys, it was just something that we did on the fly just to let you know that we might do it again. So, according to the comment that we have, I don't know, once a month, or I don't know how we're going to do it, but we want to make sure that we start educating people about the marketplace. We have a conference with my wife, Danida. We're going to Canada for activation tour, And we're doing more and more of. I mean, we're doing that globally in the French world, in the English world. And with Ambassador Jimmy, I got different other people in my network that we start inviting to do this type of small talk, 30 minutes or so, where we can, let you know that ministry is not just in the church. We have to see stuff differently and not be in that box and feel frustrated, because we cannot exercise what God put on the inside of us. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. You can, join or follow Ambassador Jamie. She has a course about how to utilize design. She sells jewelry. I mean, she does so many things. Just make sure you contact her, and she can redirect you according to what she has for you. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you, everybody. Bye bye.